Hey guys, Xrathis here and welcome back to another video. Today we're doing something a little bit like last video, which you can see on screen here. Basically what we're doing is the top 3 melee specs in PvP. This is my personal opinion, not looking on the ladder or anything. It's just my opinion on what I think is the best, PvP melee specs at this current time in the meta. Obviously when 8.2 comes out it'll probably change, but hopefully not, dude. But yeah, this is my personal opinion. I hope you did like the last episode. Obviously it's a little bit different to what I usually do on this channel, but I thought, hey ho, I may as well give my opinion on the matter. And yeah guys, I hope you enjoy this video. Obviously make sure to leave a like, and yeah, let's jump straight into the first class. Woo! So the first class I'm going to speak to you guys about is Retribution Paladin. Retribution Paladin is absolutely awesome at the moment. They're a force to be reckoned with in this current meta. If you're a new player, you can pick up Retribution Paladin quite easily, I'd say. But obviously playing at the top level is going to be quite tough, just because, you have to know exactly when to cleanse yourself of diseases, when to Blessing and Protection, when to freedom yourself, when to slow, when to pop your damage. And, it's kind of like any other class, really. It's going to be like tough to get to the top competitive, but you can do it, man. This guide's basically going to be revolved around purely damage and mobility, mainly damage though, not survivability or anything like that, so just strictly damage in this current meta. But yeah, here's my talents. I prefer Righteous Verdict over Execution Sentence, just because Execution Sentence is a 30-second cooldown and eats up 3 holy power. It also only increases your damage by 20% for 12 seconds. But with Righteous Verdict, it doesn't cost anything, it's a passive. It increases your Templar Verdict by 15% for 6 seconds. So every time you Templar Verdict, it increases your next Templar Verdict by 15% for 6 seconds. So it's absolutely awesome when trying to burst someone, Cavalier is awesome just for the mobility. I use that over Unbreakable Spirit, just because I think it's better, because your Divine Shield's on a 5-minute cooldown. Unbreakable Spirit makes it a 3.5 cooldown. So obviously it's good, right? And it obviously reduces your Blessing and Protection, but I like Cavalier just for the mobility, especially in 2v2. If I was playing against, melee or something, I'd switch to Unbreakable Spirit or Eye for an Eye, 100%. But Cavalier, especially when you're against like mages and stuff, it's good to have, because you can just freedom yourself out into a Cavalier, Divine Steed to them, which is good, especially when chasing down healers too. Then Hammer of Reckoning is just a second pair of wings, and it's absolutely awesome. Yeah, I love Paladin. My item level's 405. Haven't really done too much PvP, if I'm honest. There we go. See, 85 games, 1.5k rating, nearly 1.6, and that's just double DPS. So we're getting there, man. But yeah, it's really nice. I'll show you my damage. Like, firstly, I would usually just generate stacks. Templar Verdict. Then you would pop your burst, pop your shield. Just start getting your stacks up from your crusade, really. Once that hits 10, you go Super Saiyan mode. So you keep getting it up. It's on 7 stacks at the moment. There you go, it's 10. Then you Wake of Ashes, 53k crit, 56k crit, Templar Verdict, 28. You always want to be using your Hammer of Wrath when it procs, though. I like using Hammer of Wrath just because you can use it to kill people off. It's really solid damage, and obviously you get a second pair of wings. Yeah, I love going Hammer of Wrath at the moment, just because it has a high chance to proc, and you can finish people off, or try and keep people in combat, or try and just damage them from afar. So it's really nice to have, just so you don't have to be out close all the time. Yeah, Paladins are such a strong class at the moment. They work very, very nicely, with Windwalkers and Druids, like Windwalker and Resto Druid, or if you're playing another 3 comp, maybe like a DK and a Resto Druid, or anything that can AoE cleave. So it's really, really nice. It works good with Warlocks too, just because of the pure damage from destruction, and then obviously the Druid can clone and everything. So it's really, really nice. I love playing this character. Obviously, like, I can see it working with a variety of classes, like Elemental Shaman. But yeah, if you want to pick up a new class, Retribution Paladin is so good to have, because if a melee's coming to me, I did this in my last video and showed you how to play like a shaman, but say a melee's coming to me here, and he's stunned and he like CCs me, all I can do, right, is I can freedom myself into Divine Steed, right, get away, and then if he's still coming, he like heroic leaps, right, say he's here and he heroic leaps to me, I can stun him, right, and he like trinkets or something, right? I can then use my Hand of Hindrance to slow him. That's a 70% movement speed reduction, right? And say he's still coming at me, you know, he trinkets everything, he's charged me, you know, and I don't have anything left. I can Wake of Ashes him, which is another 50% movement speed, and then all I need to do is Freed myself and then Cavalier again, so the Divine Steed away. Like, it's so good. It's a solid class. Like, it's really nice, and obviously you can use your Shield of Vengeance for basically to absorb damage, but I use it as burst as well, because when it expires, it does a big AoE damage around the target, basically, if they're close to you. And dude, with Maledict as well, you can literally one-shot anyone. And yeah, Paladins are just such a nice class to play. If you want to pick up Paladin, I would recommend so, because they are so fun right now and very strong with most classes. So yeah, to the next class. PS, I really like stacking Mastery on this character. If you go Indomitable Justice and Avenger's Might, you get the most ridiculous amount of burst ever, and your Mastery gets increased by so much, and you just get crits after crits. It's very nice when you have wings, and since you have 2 sets of wings, oh, it is awesome. But yeah, to the next character, guys. So the next spec I'm going to be talking about is Windwalker Monk. Windwalker Monk is kind of like Ret in the sense that it does crazy amounts of damage and it has really high mobility, and they are absolutely a force to be reckoned with. I know I said that about Ret, but dude, they are really insane right now. They work really nice with loads of different comps like Mage, Druid, or like DK, Druid, or it's kind of similar to Ret in a sense, because they work really nice. Like, they work really good with Warlocks as well. Like, there's just anything with AoE cleave works really nice. I can see them working with with Rogues maybe, but mainly like Frost Mage just for like the slow and like the mobility wise, you know, just so they can peel. I think it's really nice. Like, if you haven't seen the AWC tournaments, most people, well, I say most people, I support Method Orange. I'm EU, but I like an NA team. Please don't hate me. I also like other teams, you know, like the Move with Peekaboo. I think that's his team. And then like Cloud9 with Snuts. Snuts is awesome. But I really like Method Orange, just because of, you know, Sea-Doo, Trill, Mez, and Sam I Am. You know, they're a really good team. I'm not just saying it because they won BlizzCon last year, but no, I'm just saying it because they're really nice guys and they know how to play the game really well. I mean, everyone does. Who's, you know, doing the AWC tournament, that's how they got there. But I just like their clutch plays and everything, you know. And one like composition they've been using is, you know, Resto Druid, Windwalker Monk, Frost Mage, and oh my god, dude, it's absolutely insane. The slows and peels and like the polys and everything from the Frost Mage is good. You know, the incap from the from the Monk to try and stop like the different teams from like poly and everything. It's really good, and the damage is crazy good. So I'm not really high on the item level, 397. Here are my talents, you know, just a standard spec I always play. In 2s I'll play Good Karma just for the heal, but in 3s I would 100% play Ring of Peace because it works really nice. So if I show you the standard build, so what you want to do really is, say you're doing 3s, you want to get your hit combo up on everyone first. So there you go, you got 6 stacks, that's the maximum you can get. Then you would pop your spirits, get them on the same target, touch of death, Rising Sun Kick, right? Then you would use your Fist of Fury, and then you would go for a big Whirling Dragon Punch. Boom. And they would go so low, dude. Like, you do so much damage with that. You can obviously leg sweep to stun them, and, you know, to get your hit combo back up. What I usually do is get my Chi Wave, so I don't have to spend that much Chi. And then I can just, you know, Fist of Fury again, and then Rising Sun Kick. Like, it's really nice. The damage is insane. If you have, like, really good gear as well, you can literally kill anyone within, like, you know, a chain CC, which is very nice. Obviously, if they don't have trinket, and their mobility is crazy too. I'll show you what I mean by this. So say this is an arena, right? This is like a pillar, and I got my portal, right? If a warrior or like a paladin comes to me, and I can just, you know, teleport back, which is awesome, right? But say if my teleport's on a cooldown and I can't use it, I can roll to get away. Oh crap, that's a pet battle. Sorry about that. Obviously, there's Tiger Loss as well, if you have it, obviously, if you're spec'd into it here. There's Tiger Loss, so you can use that to get away, which increases your movement speed by 70%, and you can also get out, like, slows and roots and stuff, as I'm aware, so it's good against mages. You also have your Flying Serpent Kick, like this, which you know, does damage on when you go on the target, but it also allows you to fly away. You also have Ring of Peace. So say I'm killing this guy, right? I'll give you a little demonstration. Say I'm killing this guy, and you know he's getting low, but our team CC'd. But then there's this guy over here, right? So I'm killing him, and say he's casting a Chaos Bolt. This is a Warlock. He's casting a Chaos Bolt. I can roll, and if you don't, like, you can obviously paralysis him, but if you don't have paralysis up, you can either obviously use a Spear Hand Strike, you can either leg sweep, but what I like to do when they're casting, especially if there's a ledge there, you would get your Ring of Peace, and then you would put the Ring of Peace on that target, and then they would get knocked back, and anything they're casting gets interrupted. So say if he's doing a big Chaos Bolt, you can literally knock him back, and then you can go for the big chain CC, which is awesome, dude. But yeah, I think they're really good. Their off heals are good. You obviously got Karma to stop them from killing you. You also got Dampen Harm if you're spec'd into it, or you can go Diffuse Magic if you're against casters. Dampen Harm's good against melee because you can reduce all damage by 50%, I think. Yeah, and then obviously you got Fortifying Brew, which allows you to take even more damage. You got Chi Wave. You have endless amounts of potential for mobility and damage. Like it's really, really good. I would recommend anyone who wants to play a really high speed damage dealer, who's up close and personal with really good stuns and damage, then obviously play a monk. They are absolutely awesome right now. And yeah, that's all I can say about monks. They're just really, really good. I know that I've rambled on about monks now, but especially if you're a gnome as well, you got Escape Artist, and you can literally just get out of endless routes and CCs. So they are very, very good right now. I would highly pick this if you're trying to roll a melee class. Now for the last and final spec for PvP in the regards to melee, I would say Unholy DK is one of the top DPS at the moment. They are absolutely ridiculous. They can kill you in the first stun, especially when you play like Resto Druid, DK, Rogue, or Resto Druid, DK Mage. Anything with high burst, or with like a Windwalker or DH. I know that really good right now is Demon Hunter, Resto Druid, and Unholy DK. It's absolutely awesome. Their damage and, you know, just endless amounts of healing is insane. I don't play it much, obviously. I literally just dinged him like last week to 120 on stream. I did that, but I feel like they're really, really, really insane at the moment. I'll show you my talents here. My talents, I've just gone this. Necrotic Strike's ridiculous. Razor Abomination's absolutely insane for PvP, and Necrotic Aura just gives you more damage. So it's absolutely awesome. Yeah, I think they're really good, especially if you play Orc as well, because you got your Blood Fury Racial, which, you know, increases your attack power by 400. And what I like to do, obviously, is run in, put my Outbreak on, you know, Death and DK, pop my Burst, Abomination. You start getting your dots and everything up. You pop your army. And then you obviously pop your Unholy Frenzy, Necrotic Strikes, Soul Reaper, they're literally dead. Like, you just spam Necrotic Strikes, literally, you would kill them in no time, man. I know, obviously, you can't see me do big damage, it's because I'm really, really low item level. But, dude, you can spread your AoE onto everybody, your dots, you know, just get that AoE pressure, and you can literally one-shot them. If they try and get away, you know, all you need to do is Death Grip them to you. If they're still running, all you need to do is Chains of Ice. They're still running, right? All you need to do is Asphyxiate, and again, if they're a Druid with endless amounts of goddamn running, all you need to do is, if you play Wraith Walk, you can Wraith Walk towards them and then Chain of Ice them again. I play Death Pact mainly over Wraith Walk. Probably if I played Wraith Walk if I was against like casters, like a mage, but Death Pact is really good for healing. You know, I'll show you how much it heals for. Boom, literally nearly full HP there. And then obviously if I hit the target right, I'm hitting the target, you know, generating my runic power. If you use Death Strike, my HP just increases by a lot. And obviously you have your burst every minute, but obviously if you want to do your Abomination, that's every 1.5 minutes, same with your Apocalypse. In this meta, I just find that they're really, really good for survivability and damage. Like, they work very nice with Arms Warriors as well. Like, on stream, you've probably seen me, I've been against Unholy DK, Arms Warrior, and I think Resto Druid or Holy Pala. Can't remember now, but literally all they need to do, like if my Warlock's here for example, all they do is run in, CC me, you know, Death and DK, slow me down. I'm casting Chaos Bolt, they literally pet stun that, and then that I'm like trying to get away, you know, then he just pops every single pet in the goddamn game. Soul Reaper, Narcotic Strike, I'm running, he chains me, he grips me back, and you know, I'm playing like Portal and everything, trying to teleport away. My healer's just having a really hard time getting to me, and obviously you got your slows from the warrior as well. It's just really hard to like survive against in threes, but I think Unholy DK is definitely up there on the top damage. I haven't really designed this in order, so I'm not saying Ret Pala, then Monk, then DK's the best. There's no particular order. Obviously, like I said, I've been saying now, Arms Warrior is really good as well, but I haven't included it because I don't think it's as good as these other specs I've shown you. But yeah, that's my opinion on the matter, really. Hopefully you did enjoy that. Yeah, that's my opinion on the top 3 melee specs in WoW. Now, to the outro. But yeah, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. Obviously, it was a long one today, but I just wanted to go in detail of, you know, my favourite specs and what I think is the best, especially on like the arena ladder so far. I just think that, you know, Paladins, Windwalker Monks and DKs are just ridiculous, you know. They are really, really nice, and they work with a variety of, like, you know, classes. They work with most classes nowadays, you know. It's just so good, and you can play any at the top, like, ranked in arena. I think that is really, really nice, and I thought I did an okay job at discussing why they're good. So hopefully you thought the same, and obviously if you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below on what you want to see in the next video, guys. And I've been Xrathis. Make sure to subscribe to my channel in order to see more content from me. Alright guys, see you in the next one. So, peace!